Hi friends, happy Thursday. Here we are again. Hope you're having a good day. And I'm just getting this brought up on my iPad. Always takes a few seconds. There we go. Okay, here we are. So I'm doing another non-stamping project today. And I've got, if you could just see my desk, I would be so embarrassed because I've got a ginormous mess going on from all the stuff I have out here to play with. But I'm making, oh, by the way, my name's Janna and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. Hi guys. Is it Sophia? Her, yes. Is it Sophia? Did I remember right? I don't know. Tell me though. Hi, Patty. Yep. Got my nails done yesterday. And because last time I had Valentine's, but I still wanted Valentine's this time because it's not Valentine's yet. So she put glitter on them and she stamped these two. I love that. Okay. I got it right. Yay, I remembered. Okay, so the paper clips that I'm altering, I'm pretty sure I got these from Amazon. There's the little label. It says paper clips, something that they cut off for home, office, school. And these are hang on, these are 3 inches. Yeah, so these are 3-inch paper clips. These are a fun size to play with. Okay, so let me get, you can also get these really big ones. I found these at Hobby Lobby, and they are 4 inches. I haven't played with these yet. So these are, let's just look at the comparison here because these are the, oopsie, these are the normal size like you can get in office supply, 2-inch paper clips. And here's the difference. I mean, it's an inch, but it's just a lot of difference. And I don't think that these were very expensive. So, and these big ginormous ones from Hobby Lobby, there's 12 in there for $2.99. But if you watch their sales, I don't, because we don't have one locally here, I never know which week is like the Paper Studio stuff. But I'm thinking it's every other week that their Paper Studio stuff goes on sale. I'm not positive, but anywho, just a comparison there. So I'm gonna get 3 out. We'll see if I do all 3 or not. I think I need a moderator. I've never needed one, but there's a comment on there that says this message is held for review, and I've never had that happen before. So I don't know if it's something you guys can see. I can't see it. Okay, so I am just going to pull out a piece of pattern paper. That's where I'm going to start. I have this piece that I've already made some with, but I was kind of wanting to change it up. This is out of a Tim Holtz paper pad. This paper pad here I can see is from 2011. So, you know, it's been in my stash for a bit. And it's a Bo Bunny paper pad. You know, it doesn't really matter. We all have all these paper pads in our stash, right? Ooh, I kind of want to do a music one. Do I have a piece of music paper cut already up here? No. So I think I'll pull this out. And actually, this piece of paper that I'm cutting here that I'm going to use is mostly going to get covered up. So it's not that big a deal. And you don't have to use pattern paper. You could use just a plain piece of cardstock. But what I have determined for the 3-inch size of paper clip, a piece that is 2.5 inches by 1 3/4 inches seems to be the right size. So 2.5 by 1 3/4. That doesn't look right. Oh, because I want the 2.5 in the length. That's why. So let me just do this. So I'm wasting paper here. Okay, so 1 3/4. I can use these scraps for something else. All right, so 2.5 inches long by 1 3/4, and let me just cut some. Hey, how about if I do 2 music ones? That might be okay. 1 3/4 by okay, so maybe I should find someone that wants to, or some of you who want to moderate. I don't know that we really need it. I've never had an issue. I've never had an issue. Okay, so don't throw away the piece I had already cut. So there's those 2 pieces, and what else? What other piece? It's not like I'm doing videos every day. Oh, I kind of like this newspapery one. I bet I could, maybe I can fit it out of that part there. Let's see if I can do it or not. So I'm gonna cut 1 3/4 inches this direction and 2.5. Yes, it works. Okay, so there's 3 pieces. And then I don't have to mess with that paper anymore, and I can put my trimmer away. All right, so 3 paper clips and 3 pieces of paper here. And I'm just going to go around the edges a little bit here. I've got Vintage Photo. Another pretty day here on the coast. So let me see. I was trying to think if I had any stories to tell you guys while I'm doing this. And I have one story, I think maybe just one story. And it popped up on Facebook this morning. And it's a local restaurant. This happened at a local restaurant here in town yesterday, I think. The restaurant was the Chalet, which used to be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but now it's only open basically, well, they close at 4 in the afternoon. So I guess if you ate a really early dinner, you could still have dinner there. Okay, I'm going to pause with my story so I can tell you what I'm doing here. So this piece of paper is going to wrap around the paper clip. So I just kind of lay my paper clip on here and fold probably on the whole one length edge is the best edge to start with, to just kind of fold it to see where you need to actually really fold it. So I just wrap it a little bit and straighten it up so my end edges are straight there. And then I can use my bone folder. And we can put it back on here. Have any of you made these or done this before? I think I did something. I can't remember if I did. I think I did a dangle this way maybe, which you can certainly do with what I'm doing today, but my purpose is not as a dangle, but it could be used for like on the spine of a journal or book. Okay, so there we go with that. I will continue my story, but I want to do this part and explain what I'm doing. Okay, so the short end is going to be what goes behind your page. So we're going to do that like that. And it's going to go on like this. So maybe, I haven't been doing it this way, but I'm kind of thinking this would be the easiest way to do it. I'm just going to hold my paper clip where I want it, put my glue over here. I don't know why I didn't think to do this with my other ones, because this makes way more sense. Put some glue in there, some glue there. Some glue here. This is way easier. Why didn't I think to do it this way before? Okay, and then that's going to fold up, and this is going to fold over. Woohoo! That was so much easier. I was like gluing it together and then sliding it over the paper clip and then trying to get some glue in there without getting glue all over the top and bottom of the paper clip before. This was way easier. You guys must have been sending me some brain waves. Okay. I'm looking at your comments. And please know, you guys, if you leave regular comments on any of my videos and I don't respond, I do read everything. I read what you put on the live chat. I read the comments, and I try to heart every comment that people leave for me. But if I sit and respond to all the comments on all the different social media, I think that would take up the biggest part of my day sometimes. But I really appreciate every comment that is left for me, so I just wanted to say that. Okay, so there's that. So now you've seen what to do. While I'm doing these other two, I will continue with my story. So we've determined that this happened at the Chalet restaurant here. And so this ding-dong guy went into the restaurant. He had on a baseball cap that was kind of camouflaged. He had on an interesting backpack that stood out, so it would be really easy to spot him again. It was this, I don't see backpacks like this much, but it was more what I would call like a knapsack. Because it was like a long rectangle. It had one strap that went across his body in the front, and it was like the sack part folded in half in the back, like if it was long and then folded in half. I hope, whoopsie, I hope that makes sense. So it was just interesting, and I do believe it was blue. And so he goes in the front door, The bathrooms are to the left, so he heads directly to the bathroom. This restaurant has lots of cameras, so they were able to get all of this, plus somebody on the outside used their phone, I think. So he goes into the bathroom, and this place is called Chalet Restaurant and Pie House. It's kind of like a bakery, too. They sell pies and cookies and lots of baked goodies. And so I don't know how long he was in there, if long at all, because they could have sped up the video, I suppose, or, you know, pieced it together. I don't know, but it just seemed like he went towards the bathroom. And then when he came out, he went directly right behind the counter. They had so I don't know what all they had sitting there, but what he grabbed was a cheesecake. Okay. Their cheesecakes are spendy. Well, all their baked stuff is spendy. You can buy the whole thing or you can buy the slice. Well, he grabbed a whole thing that must have been sitting on a counter right there behind their cases. But right after he grabbed it, you know how cakes come at the grocery store in those clear plastic things that make a loud snapping noise when you try to unfasten them? Well, it came apart and the whole thing fell on the floor. Karma. And he just continued right on out the door. So after he got out the door, somebody must have went right out there. There were about 3 women right up front when this occurred. And so I think one of them probably just went out and started videoing with their cell phone. And he had a bike, and he jumped on his bike and headed over towards Fred Meyer's. But he had on kind of like a Carhartt looking type jacket. And I mean, everything that he was wearing and his backpack would all be easily pointed out, I think, if you saw him riding down the street. So whether or not he knows that this video is out there, who knows? But it's not a very big town, so he'd be easily spotted if he was wearing that backpack for sure. And the baseball hat too, and I'm sure the police probably, you know, whatever they do with videos, they could stop the video and see what the baseball hat said on it, because it had some kind of a logo or patch or something on the front of it. Yeah, I just thought, what a ding-dong. So the restaurant wants to trespass him, understandably, from their restaurant, but they also want to recoup the money for the cheesecake. Well, good luck on that part. I mean, I'm not sure how they think they're going to do that. What, are they going to get the guy to confess and he's going to go in there and pay for it? I don't think that's going to happen. And it's not like it's such a amount of money that you would sue somebody for it, and you wouldn't get any money for it anyway. All right, here are our 3 paper clips wrapped. Yeah, shame that it fell on the floor for the business, that they couldn't, but kind of funny that he didn't get away with it. All right, so there's that. Now the fun part, let's decorate it. And basically, I saw these on, did I see these on Pinterest? And these were made as dangles. So they had stuff hanging down here with charms and beads and stuff like that. I'm making these more as bookmarks. So I didn't want anything that bulky. Let's do a ticket one. You guys, when you get these kinds of things, keep them. If you like to do any sort of this kind of stuff, junk journaling, making ephemera, you know, I don't know where we got these from, but probably at one of the car shows that we went to. It's like, ooh, free ephemera stuff for me. Okay, let's do a blue one. I don't even know what this is going to turn out as, but we're going to start with blue. So anyway, my point about that was keep your tickets and use them. I also keep interesting or fun tags that might come on clothing or things that you buy like that. I've gotten some really cute like tags off of jeans and stuff like that that I've bought, because the parts that you don't, like if it has writing or something on that, just figure out how to cover it up or whatever with, you know, if you're going to make a cluster or whatever you're going to make with it. And let the fun designs of it show. All right, maybe I want to just tone that down a little bit or grunge it up. Okay, so that's gonna go on there. And what else? So I got stuff out. I just got stuff out. And I've been putting a lady on each one of these. So let me find a lady that I want to put on this one. Some of these things are way too big. I just want a lady. Oh, look at her. I don't think I want the black and white. What's this? Oh, she's cute because she's got blue in her dress. Let's just go with that one. Okay, so there we have that. You can layer up whatever you want, however, you know, however many things you want to layer up, you can layer up. Maybe I want to turn it this way so that the number isn't upside down. And what else do I want on here? I've just got things out here. Let me pull this over. What's in here? Oh, a flower? I don't know. What do we have? I can't use anything that's very big. I love these little simple story packs of ephemera. Oh, the little wax seals are cute. Let me see if I can find one in here and what that might look like. Yes, that's true, Sue. We've got places here that feed people. Oh, that's cute. What's this? Cute. I don't want to dump all this stuff out. I just want the little things to... Oh, there's a green one. Is there a blue one in here? Oh, this looks like mostly pinks and greens. Let's see. Okay. I spend way too much time deciding on things, so I'm trying to be better about just picking something and going with it. So we're gonna stop with that there. Okay, quit looking, Janna. All right, so for this one, we are going to go with this. Do I want another little something? Well, let me get this on here and we'll go from there. Okay. So to me, basically, this is just like doing little clusters, you know, because once you've got your paper clip wrap, look what I did, you guys. Oh, see, that's what happens. I should not tell stories when I am, so that's why I didn't do it that way. I've got to have the other part of the paper clip out. Can I undo it? What a ding dong. I'm talking about that guy stealing the cheesecake as a ding dong, but you've got a much bigger ding dong here trying to show you something and doing it wrong. I don't think I'm going to get this apart. I don't think I can, but let me keep working at it here for a second and we'll see. I think I'm just going to have to start over. What a dummy. Okay. You guys should have yelled at me and said, Janna, don't you think you're doing something wrong? Well, look, they were wrapped so nice too. And yeah. Okay. Oh my. Well, you know, it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't completely mess something up. That's okay. That's okay. Darn it. I'm sorry to waste your guys' time. All right, let's just cut a new piece here. And maybe I will just do a couple of them instead of 3. We'll just do them both with this music paper. Okay. What a silly goose. Okay. Yes, I'm still going to wrap it around the whole paper clip to get my folds. But I have to slide it on so I've got the back of the paper clip loose. Otherwise, what would you do with it? It would have no purpose. No purpose. Okay. This time it's going to work. I just feel it. All right, so that is why I couldn't do it that way, because I have to slide it. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to run a little strip right down the middle and we'll see if that kind of works. I'm going to have to work fast because I don't want that to stick. Okay, so now there we go. And then I can push it together. And look, we've got our clip outside. Woohoo! Wipe off any glue that might be hanging out down there. All right. Yeah, the other way seemed much easier, but it left us with a covered up paper clip with no purpose. All right. That worked. And we'll do this one. So this is my purpose. You come on to watch my videos, see me goober it up, and then you know what not to do, right? You know what not to do. And I want this piece to overlap more, so I will put the glue on that piece. Let me give it a little bit of a score. My paper's upside down on that one, but that's all right, because we mostly cover it up anyway. Yeah, so, okay. I think it's because I get too jibber-jabbery. And I know there's people out there that will say that, and it's like, I don't want to watch her videos because she talks too much. Okay, don't do that. And it gets a little bit of glue on it, but you can just wipe it off. And we're going to be putting things at the top and the bottom, so you really don't have to worry too much about your paper sliding off, but I still just like it to have glue there in the middle. And I'm going to have to re-glue this. And I did make another mistake when I was doing my others. You want to make sure that you've got your paper clip going the right direction back there when you start putting your stuff on it here, because I had one that I started decorating up and my paper clip was, this part was going up instead of down. So now I keep looking at it, making sure, and I can wipe that glue off because I don't need it back there. Okay, so there's that. And then is this a sticker? No. Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna put this right in the middle. And my little girl here, my gal, she is a sticker. And the first thing I am gonna do, and even though you can't see it, but I'm going to trim some of this excess clear acetate off of here. And I'm pretty positive these came from Temu. You might be able to find them on Amazon too, I'm not sure. Okay, there's that. And I have found with these stickers, if you just kind of come forward with them, they're easier to pull off of that acetate sheet. It's wanting to stick to my fingers. Okay, let's put her right on here. I want something little to go there, and I have a bunch of these Timmy Holtz little label things, so let me find something. Ooh, this number's kind of cute. Too big. What's this? Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, that's not done yet, but I'll set that aside and we will do something on this one. I don't want something too small. Oh, what's that? Where'd my tweezers go? Here they are. Nope. I think these are all too small for... Okay, let me continue looking. What's in here? All kinds of fun things. I'm trying to keep it in the vertical direction here. I don't think I see anything in here really that is what I'm looking for. Let me pull something out of this one maybe. These little boxes are from, oh, there's my granddaughter's initials on there. From one of those bigger cases that holds all these little boxes. I think they call them photo cases. But they work well for this kind of stuff. Here's some tickets. Oh, going the wrong direction. These are tickets. Let me see. I like this lavender color. Let's pull one of these off and use one of these. Does it pull off or do I need to cut it? I mean, it's perforated. I think it's a sticker. Oh, let me put this back away. I love this lavender color. Is this a sticker? If it is, I want to, yeah, it is. Okay, so what I am going to do, because it's a sticker and the paper is actually kind of just like washi, I don't want that thinness, but also I don't want this coming apart. I want the backing to just stay on there, and down the road when somebody's using this, I don't want it to come apart. So I just am going to do this, and I will turn it and do the same thing on the other half. Here we go. You could also pull it off and put it on a piece of cardstock and cut around it, but this just seems to work. Dick Clark's Where the Action Is. That goes along with the music stuff, doesn't it? I could just kind of put it like that. That's what I'm going to do. Just going to put my glue. Oh, okay. Making sure. Making sure. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's find a lady to put on here. I don't know that we're going to go with that, but, you know, I'm just setting it there for the time being. Oh, look, Marilyn Monroe. She'd be kind of cute on there because her dress goes out the way I set that. Oh, that's cute. Let's just go with that. We'll go with little Miss Marilyn Monroe. Okay. Now then, I don't know if she would come up. Well, yeah, see, it peels off too easy. I think, do I want, I don't need to leave that backing on there, I don't think, because, but what I am going to do is this. Tone down this white a little bit. She's a little bit, because it's washy, it's a little bit muted, but I think it's still going to be okay. I think it'll be cute. Don't want to ruin her blonde hair there. Okay, now I can pull it off of here. Carefully, carefully. All right. Let's get it stuck on here in the right position. Is that going to work? Cute. Okay, I like it. And I don't think that one actually needs anything else. I don't think it needs any other little, I like it just the way it is there. Okay, so now then, on the top, oh, look at that. There was a little piece in there. This ribbon, by the way, is one that came from Stampin' Up! Called Diamond Weave Ribbon, in case you're wondering. I don't know if they still have it or not. So we're just going to put a piece of this on the top, because like I said, my intentions for these are bookmarks. Hey, Miss Nancy. I'm just trying to do some of these little bookmarks and things like that so that I've got stuff ready when the bazaar next year rolls around again, because I think I'm mostly going to do blind date with a book because the last 2 years have gone over so well. All right, so we've got that there. Now for the bottom, I've got all kinds of fibers over here. That's what is making the biggest part of the mess on my desk right now. But I've got this big bag that Miss Patty sent me. Thank you again, Patty. And it's got all kinds of fun stuff in here. Oh, maybe the pink and black would look cute on that one. We'll see. Let me see. And there's lavender. So I'm going to pull that out for that one. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, quit looking at it, Janna. Just pick something and go with it. All right, so we are going to go with this. Where's the end? That is a good question. Oh, I see. Look at there, I found it. Okay, so I don't want it all coming off of the card. Okay, let me cut this right about here. And I will tuck that back up so it doesn't come undone. Fold this in half. Poke it through the bottom opening here. And then okay, make sure that I'm getting in the middle of everything. Not sure about that little white one right there. Okay. Okay. Come on. I think. Well, let's go with this. Let's go with this right here and see if that works. I think I'm gonna snip it off just a little bit, not a lot. All right, so there's that one, and then, oh, this is so pretty, isn't it? I'm gonna do this lavender. Where's the end of it? Why is it difficult? I don't like to pull it off the card because then it gets all messed up. There's an end. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know it's going to be trouble if I do. Oh, No, it did. Yay. Okay, let me put my finger in here like this. Tuck that up. Okay. Come on now. Cooperate with me. This is the interesting part, is to try to find your center once you do that. Nope, I missed one or two. Okay, that might be right. Okay, let's trim this just a bit. So then it would just go right on your page like that, and it's pretty flat. I mean, I think it would close up in a journal pretty good. But like I said, if you wanted to use it on the spine of a book or journal, you could, instead of putting this stuff, you could put this stuff, or you could put beads and charms and things like that. Okay, so there's those two, and then I did this one. And this one would be really cute for a cookbook because I pulled her out of a package of things that is all cooking related, and she's holding a skillet there. So I think she would be really cute for a bookmark for a cookbook. And then this gal. And this piece of paper here is from, I'll show you, it is a piece of handmade paper that I tore. Out of this little thing that came from a store that sells wallpaper and stuff, you know. I got it a long time ago, but all of these papers, this is so cool. It's so, if you have furniture stores that, or whatever, improvement stores that sell wallpaper and stuff, you can always go in and ask them if they have old sample books that you could get from them. Either they can give them to you, or sometimes they want a little fee for them, I guess. But these papers all came from Thailand, handmade, and I just think they're so cool. I've kind of been hoarding them. Oh, that piece didn't go in there, but this has got ferns in it. Some of them I have cut. But anyway, they're just very cool. Like this one's got leaves and stuff in it. So yeah, go to your places that sell carpeting and wallpaper and stuff and see if they have any sample books they don't want anymore. Because the bigger wallpaper books are really cool too. But yeah, that's where I got that one little piece of this paper. And it had little chunks of leaves or something, grass or something in it. Okay, so there is those. They're super simple. And again, I'm pretty positive I got these paper clips from Amazon. 3-inch paper clips is what size they are. Okay, we use the ATC in April. When we share any ATCs we make during the month of April. At the end, we did a swap. Nothing is set in stone for this year, but we like to swap. Oh yeah, ATC challenge. And Nancy, they go to, can you put a little blurb up there of where they go to for more information, or to say they want to join? Is it on Instagram still? We're doing story time out of this little book that Nancy sent me. Thank you again. I thought growing old would take longer. We already read that one. The biggest lie I tell myself is I don't need to write that down. I'll remember it. Yep, that's true. You know you're getting old when all your favorite drugs are legal. Hee hee. Aw. Don't let aging get you down. It's too hard to get back up. That's true. Although I have to say, I told my husband, getting older is depressing to me. If you're 65 years old on Earth, you'd be only about 35 on Mars. You're not getting old, you're just on the wrong planet. I may be old, but I got to see all the cool bands. Okay, one more. Getting old is like climbing a mountain. You get a little out of breath, but the view is much better. Yeah, the view would be better than climbing a mountain behind that. All right, we'll stop there. I have to make myself stop because I just want to keep reading it every time. All right, you guys. I hope you think about making some altered paper clips, whether you do these 3-inch ones or just get the 2-inch ones from, you could go to Dollar Tree and get those, right? You just have to have smaller images is all to put on there. And they don't have to be ladies, they can be anything, but they're fun to make and I think they turn out so cute. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. I hope you have a fabulous rest of the week and a great weekend ahead. We are going to drive to dine tonight with our car club folks to a restaurant up in Lincoln City. And I'm glad that it's a nice day so that we've got decent weather for that. Okay, so let's see what Nancy said. No theme, at least there's not one yet. Okay, Instagram. All right, so there's information for any of you that want to play along with the ATC challenge. All right, you guys, take care. Thanks for being here. Please give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. And I will just see you in my next video. Bye-bye.